The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, says 348.1 trillion naira investment commitment will be required for successful implementation of the 2021 to 2025 National Development Plan. Ahmed said this at the inauguration of the board of the Nigeria Small and Medium Enterprises Forum in Abuja. Represented by Mr. Awal Muhammad, the minister reminded the SMEs that they have a critical role to play in the effective implementation of the plan. According to her, the SME sector has been the backbone of major development as well as an important contributor to employment and economic growth.
As you are all aware that the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning Commission has developed a National Development Plan 2021 to 2025. This plan cannot be achieved alone by government. The private sector and MSE have a huge role in the implementation of the plan. To effectively implement the plan, which is the National Development Plan, by 2025, the plan is expected to achieve an economic growth rate of 4.6%. It is also expected to lift 35 million people out of poverty and create 29 million full-time jobs. To attain this objective, a total of 348.1 trillion naira investment commitment is required. And this commitment is not coming alone from government. In fact, 80% of these resources is coming from the private sector. The sum of 298 trillion will be funded by the private sector, which we're expecting MSMEs will fund that part of the private sector contribution, while 49.7 trillion is expected from government.
Earlier, the chairman of the board, SME Forum, Dr. Albert Akiyami, expressed worry over the rejection of some Nigerian products abroad due to failure to meet the required standard. He said the federal government was working assiduously to address it.
Some people will be blaming the government that they are not funding that sector adequately well. It is not true. The problem emanated from the MSM themselves and the official. Like we have some banks do all this. They will say that you don't have experience, you don't have collateral security,